Can I discuss the position with my second element alone after we've got the position?
Fabi, fair play real time.
I'm okay with
Are you okay with that? Fabi, do you have a secret second waiting? Is he your physical trainer?
All right.
All right, here we go. We're rolling here. All right, time for the live position reveal. It was actually recorded earlier in the day by Tanya Sachstedt and Holly Butner, but we have the ball and the position ready. Holly, will you join me up here?
Of course,
All right.
no worries.
Go ahead, what do we have?
We have position 87. I drew this beautiful ball, and this is what we're going to put up here. Please put up the position on your iPad so we can...
Okay. This is position 87 for the players now seeing it for the first time. And they're gonna work together to set this thing up. And here we go. The players are seeing it for the first time, and we happen to have a former Fisher Random World Chess Champion right here with us, Grandmaster Wesley Sell. Will you come over here real quick and join the show?
Oh yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Fabi and Magnus are taking this in quietly. What are your thoughts as you see position 87? Have you seen it before, and what are your first points?
No, I don't think I've seen it before. Well, I noticed that the 8 pawn is hanging, so it seems like a fairly balanced position. Fairly symmetrical. I mean, the knife could be easily improved. The king is already well positioned, so I guess white should actually just queen this bishop.
There's no fair play advantage for either player, so we'll say it in front of both of them, but any warning signs that would worry you about this position?
Not really, just the 8 pawn is unprotected. And if you move the knight, the 3 pawn is unprotected. We'll see.
All right. Well, now we're going to do the color reveal because maybe that'll change how the players feel. So, Wesley, I'm going to tag you out for our arbiter. Come on over, sir. How are we doing this? You're just going to grab a pawn, old school style?
Old school style.
Old school style. Let's do it. We're going to grab a pawn. You can shuffle it. I'll block it so no one watches for any hand trickery. There we go. And who gets to pick?
Okay. The winner for yesterday's game will get to pick.
Okay. So, Magnus. Magnus gets the white pieces. All right. That means that Magnus will actually head upstairs. We have 2 chess sets on this amazing venue. Yes, we're playing a Super Grandmaster tournament on a yacht. Magnus Carlsen will analyze the position for roughly 10 minutes upstairs, alone or with a second, maybe or not, be LM alone. And Fabiano Caruana will be joined by a second, maybe or not his physical trainer. That's what's happening. And we're going to do this thing. The match will start in about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere as the players prepare. And we'll throw it back to Maurice and Tanya and see what they think about the position as our competitors get set. Here we go.
Welcome everyone to the first game of the freestyle chess here in Singapore. You can see Fabiano Caruana trying to analyze this position alone, trying to figure out what the best first move would be for white and then how would he respond to it. His trainer is talking with Wesley So. Meanwhile, what is Magnus Carlsen up to? These are the settings inside the playing hall. The pieces have been set up. It's just one floor above.
Doesn't mean that. I just think it's going to be hard to take it serious. We'll see. Okay, I gotta go play.
That was a very nice little interaction there between Magnus and Ella, where Magnus said it's very difficult to get an opening advantage, and Ella replied with, if anyone can do it, it's you. And then Magnus heads over to the playing hall here on a yacht in Singapore. What an amazing setup we have here. This is quite rare that you get to see the world number 1 and world number 2 playing on a yacht on freestyle chess. Look at Magnus trying to understand all that is happening here, and it's not at all easy even for a player of his caliber to kind of figure out what's the right way to proceed. because the opening position itself is so unique here. But Magnus is focusing here, he's trying to figure out things. He also has worked on similar positions before, so he'll be trying to kind of see the patterns and think if he can find something. And here you can see him already analyzing by moving the pieces on the board, so f4, f5, and then taking this pawn in the corner. And this is not the analysis of someone who is seeing such positions for the first time. Maybe this exact position may not be seen by Magnus, but he definitely would have seen some similar concepts of the knights hanging in the corner. And look at him analyzing there. And now finally Fabiano Caruana makes his way after his analysis and takes his chair. He has the black pieces. We have the arbiter who's going to tell them a bit about the rules here, going to tell them about the confession box that they have right outside this room. And yeah, Fabi gets his water. The players also have a noise cancelling headset, so just in case they think that the voice is too loud, there's no music there, it just cancels out all the noise that is happening outside.
Right, production's good. You guys are ready to go.
And it's time to begin. The arbiter asks to start the clock. Handshake. Jan Butner just hits the gong there, and Magnus, I'm sure, opens with 1 f4. He opens with the f pawn, and we are ready to rock and roll. Fabi has a glass of water and he's just deciding what should be his move. We were looking at f5 by Magnus. This is what he was analyzing quite a lot with queen a7, and this really gives white an advantage. But Fabi rightly plays his knight to b6. This is the best move in the position, and Magnus brings his knight to c3. And what is the way in which Fabi develops next? He also plays the symmetrical move here, opens up the queen in the position. One thing which is nice about this setup here, position 87, is that when both sides castle, the rooks are already on f1 and d1. So the king only has to jump over. Magnus plays his knight to b3, and Fabi brings his knight to the corner of the board on a6. Now you have to be careful about the knights jumping in and attacking the c pawn. So d3 here played by Magnus, and Fabi goes c6, stopping the knight from jumping in. And Magnus plays his bishop to e3. He is now attacking the knight, so the knight may want to move, but where exactly? The a7 pawn would hang. So g5 is found. What a nice move, because if you take here, he wants to perhaps play e5, d5, get the center control there, and he gets it. e5 is on the board. He pushes his pawn forward, and now Magnus plays g4. What a nice little move there, attacking the f5 pawn. If you take here, then the center is broken. I can already take on g4. So Fabi goes f4, attacking the bishop, and the bishop takes on b6. We are already seeing a position that is so imbalanced, but now there's also a material imbalance that will happen. He takes queen takes b6. Maybe it was possible to just cling on to these pawns with h4, and then black would have also played b5, but Magnus thought it's best to take the pawn. Fabi now takes on g5. He also takes the pawn, and let's see how Magnus continues here. He plays knight to a5, jumping in with his knight, attacking the b7 pawn. It is a soft pawn, but now Fabi has to decide whether he wants. I think giving a check, making the king move, and then going back is not a bad idea here. Fabi just castles. He brings his king over the rook, and he's castled it here. Now if you were to take this pawn, bishop takes, queen takes, the knight jumps in. Let's say the queen comes to b6 in such a position. Already black has very good compensation with the pawns moving. So that's the reason why here I don't think Magnus will take. He plays this move bishop e4, which is a fantastic move here by Magnus. Check. His point is to just provoke d5, and once d5 is played, to play bishop f5. But here queen h4 check, king d2, and the queen comes back to e7. Maybe not the most ideal, because bishop f5, this is a great square for the bishop. Now you can't play d5 easily because I'll take, and then the b7 pawn is weak. So he goes knight to c5, Caruana. And Magnus now decides to play his knight to e4, offering a trade of the knights. And if you take here, knight takes e4, I can take back with the d pawn, just solidifying the bishop here. He goes to e6 and Magnus chops it off. Queen takes e6. Now the g4 pawn is a bit under pressure. You have to be careful on how you're continuing. He takes on b7. You can see Magnus putting on the headphones. He's just trying to be in his zone. Queen takes b7 here. And now if you play rook b8, that's a possible move. He goes rook b8. There's also queen g4, but then you lose the queen to rook g1. That's the problem. So he goes rook b8 and Magnus plays queen c7, and now a big mistake. He should have played bishop f6, getting his bishop into a good position, because now after rook takes b2, it's actually a very important moment to realize that rook b1, there's big trouble, because I'm getting the b file here. You can't play rook b8 because I'm just taking queen takes b8 and I'll get two rooks for the queen. So queen a2 taken, takes, and now Magnus has this very classy move, queen takes d7. Why is this classy? Because the knight now cannot be kicked away by any of the pawns, and you will see that through freestyle chess we then finally do reach a position where what we know about chess comes in, a good knight versus bad bishop. But Fabi has had some specific ideas in mind. He gives a check, bishop g7 played. The main problem here is that after queen c1, king f2, check here, and queen e2, rook f2 simply wins the game. So there is no way that Fabi can go for this line. So he goes bishop g7. Magnus gives a check here with the queen. King goes to h8. And rook f3 played. Check here, king f2, and he plays his queen to h1. Well, the idea is to simply swing the rook over to h3 and defend the pawn, put pressure here. Well, this is all over. Fabi tries for some final tricks here, if there are any that exist, and Magnus confidently takes the pawn. Rook b8 played. This is the final attack on the king with rook b2, and white has to be very careful, because let's imagine you make a move like c4, it's already game over. Rook b2 check, king g3, and queen e1 with a checkmate. But Magnus is just so alert. He finds g5. He's like, I'm making a square for my king to come up and be absolutely safe there. So check, king g3, check on g1, king h4. He's calculated it all. Fabi has to run backwards because queen e8 was a mate here, but now there's all the time in the world. The knight jumps in. There's a smothered mate in the horizon there, and I believe Fabi does not have any moves. He resigns. Magnus Carlsen wins the first game of freestyle chess here in Singapore. This game was beautifully played by Magnus, and both players now analyze. Let's hear them and see what they are analyzing.
No, I mean, you can't go for this rook b8 sometimes, but I wasn't. I also thought my king was probably better on d2 than.
Yeah, I wasn't
e1.
sure. I was worried at some point you'd castle short.
Yeah, for sure. No, at
maybe I
least
should play
like-
queen e7 instead of castle.
Yeah.
Just didn't consider bishop before.
No, I think bishop before is really important.
Because queen e7, bishop before, now I get like d5, knight c5.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure, but. And after bishop before, d5, bishop f5, like e4 is not. Before d4, I didn't see how.
Yeah.
Felt like you're like. Maybe I should play knight e4, knight takes e4, d4, d5.
Yeah, king c1, bishop f5, or
Or d is d4 back?
d4. I'm not sure. It's not bishop.
Yeah, I was very worried about that.
Feels wrong.
I thought knight e6 would be okay, so. Knight take. That's a rook gave what?
I thought maybe like bishop f6.
Oh.
I just play this position. I mean, 2 pawns down is a lot, but like at least.
Why bishop f6, not bishop f7?
I thought like bishop would come here, so you're sort of forcing it.
I was considering after queen e7 to play d5. Maybe I should do it and try to bail out. Take.
Yeah, it takes
Six,
everything.
take,
Knight
rook
c. Yeah.
B2, rook b1. But it's still 2 pawns. I
Yeah.
just didn't really believe in it, but
No.
maybe take an e4. Take king d5.
Yeah, I think of rook b2, rook b1 is just not.
No, I should
Yeah.
probably play rook a2. But
No, rook a2, rook b7.
rook b7, yeah, I didn't see what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, at least I make some moves.
Yeah, but like, even there, not really. Like queen g4 is takes.
No, that
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe d5 was it. Is that how bad is that game? Like knight c5, rook b2, rook b1? You play rook b1 now.
Yeah.
Take e4.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. Do I go c4 or what?
Wait.
No, but okay. So this is like, you mean like rook a, like d5, take h7, this king g6, I suppose. This rook e8, this rook b1, takes e4, and then
Why is c4 good?
I don't know if c4 is good.
I mean, ed3 and
EDC,
king. What's that? I mean,
c4. Okay, yeah, c4 is good. And d and rook before.
Yeah, but maybe rook d8, king c1.
Oh no, you
F3.
also have e3 f3.
Or rook d8 at f3 is also.
Yeah, rook d f3. Yeah, like this is.
I don't know why I didn't consider it further. I just like saw it. Kind of assumed 2 pawns down. E4 rook b6.
b4 rook b6. f3 takes king g5.
Yeah, knight e6. Oh wait, my bishop's on h8, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
that was,
yeah. Yeah, I somehow like didn't take this seriously, but maybe I should. Yeah.
Besides, yeah, maybe 7 or bishop 6.
No, at least not for rook b8.
Yeah, because now bishop g7. Or maybe still queen c7, bishop g7.
No, but I thought the endgame is really good then. Queen d6 takes, rook b2, a4. This, there I didn't see anything for you.
Okay.
Rook a8, rook a1, and bishop f8, and knight c4.
I mean, still rook.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I don't really know. Yeah,
I should have gone for it because like somehow my instinct told me that game wasn't completely lost or anything.
No.
But I hope like I have something. But I thought maybe it's not a bad idea, G5.
No, I thought it was very interesting. I didn't mind it, but yeah, it's very
You
interesting.
could also start with D5 maybe. I thought like G4 was good for me.
You mean start with D5 instead of G5?
No, G5 take G5.
Oh, it takes D5. Yeah, but I mean, I go G4 regardless, right?
Oh, anyway. Okay, yeah. But
Like FG takes. Should we go?
yeah, no, maybe E5 is correct.
Yeah.
Guys, before we go, I'm going to do a quick interview with you both.
Could we
Sitting right here, if that's
first
okay?
have an
Sure.
interview for the stream downstairs with Maurice, and
Sure.
then you do yours?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Sure.
Okay. Should we go downstairs?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Are you taking them both?
We're gonna have first Magnus and then Fabi, so if that's okay.
I'll do Fabi up here if it's okay.
Perfect, that's wonderful.
We'll have a little chat.